actually have a Bath & Body Works haul. I haven't uploaded in about 4 weeks, but it's because I haven't been to Bath & Body Works because they are being scandalous with their sales and their coupons, and I'm just tired of biting. So I just waited, and I did finally bite last week, so I will show you what I got. They have released their fall candles now, and that is super, super exciting. So, of course, I had to get some of those because that makes me happy. So, on my hiatus, I've been doing really productive things like making dolls. So, here's like just an example. If you guys want to know what I'm doing other than candles, here is a little Piero doll that I made over these last couple of weeks. I actually started him a while back and just finished him recently. So that kind of brings me to one thing I want to ask you guys. I have a lot of like crochet pattern books that you can get on Amazon. And so I was wondering if you guys would like to see like reviews of some of those sometimes, because it seems to me like Amazon used to have a lot more kind of look inside the book than they do now. I was looking at some books on there the other day, and you know, it used to be where you could look inside almost every book and kind of see what was there before you purchased it, but it seems like now they've gotten rid of that for a lot of books, which is kind of odd. And so sometimes it's like you don't know if you want to buy a pattern book because you don't know if you're going to like the patterns in it. So yeah, if you guys would like to see more of this doll making crochet side, just let me know and I'll be happy to upload some of those videos, since candle purchasing has slowed down a tad bit until they stop being greedy. Alright, so I think it was last week sometime the candles finally went on sale, buy one get one free, which is basically like 2 for $24, little bit cheaper, but they had a 10 off 30, and so what I did was I got 2 of the regularly priced candles because those were buy one get one free, and then just so I wouldn't have to buy 4 candles to get over the $30 limit, if that makes sense. Basically they made it buy one get one free, so that technically you have to buy 4 candles in order to use that 10 off 30 coupon. But what I did was I bought 2 of the buy one get one free candles, and then they had a whole kind of section of half off candles that were just half off period, because they're like, you know, kind of clearing out their summery stuff. So I did 2 transactions of 3 candles. It was $26.01 after tax for both. So a little bit over $8 a candle, which is not the best price, but not the worst either. So I thought I would go for it, since the price is obviously not going to get any better than that. Alright, I also have a couple of reviews coming up for you guys. I purchased some other candles a while back, and I'm burning through those right now, so I will have about 4 reviews coming up for you guys in the next week or so. I'm just letting the candles, you know, burn completely out before I review them. Alright, so of course the first thing I got was another suntan. You cannot have enough suntan if you are me, and I'm actually excited because this to me seems like the original suntan, poolside as it was originally called, that I know and love, not the weird thing from last year. Again, I haven't burned it yet, so let me know if you have. I could be wrong. So I did get a suntan, which of course is my favorite candle of all time. It says, bask in the sunny fragrance of vibrant orange blossoms, bright citrus, and soft coconut husk. It's got this kind of chrome hammered effect lid, white wax. Smells like sunscreen. Just love it so much. Alright, this one I got for just half off. I did a video a while back talking about, you know, I had reviewed Georgia Peach and Harvest Peach and all of that, and there's a lot of peach candles that are out. There's Market Peach, and actually my favorite of all of the peach scents is Harvest Peach. This one has your peach note, but it's got a little bit of those fall spices mixed into it, and so for me, as far as like transitioning from summer into fall, Harvest Peaches is one of my all-time favorite candles for that kind of transitional period. So they had a Harvest Peaches, and I believe I only have one of these left or none of these left. I don't remember. So this is the old one, obviously from a year ago, but I love it, and this one was just half off, so I use this as kind of, you know, a filler to get to 30 bucks. Harvest Peaches says, juicy peaches are at the heart of this sweet blend of cinnamon and autumn spices. Again, it's just like all of those delicious peach candles from Bath & Body Works, but it has kind of those, you know, your typical fall spice notes kind of mixed in there with it subtly, and it's amazing. It's also super, super strong when you burn it. I've actually had this exact one last year, so excited to find that. that brings me to my next candle. I got another one. Like I said, I got 2 buy one get one free candles, and then I had to fill one of the half off candles, and so I got 2 of these because, again, don't think I have any left. If I do, it's only one, and it's one of my all-time favorite scents. So this is kind of the last summer candle that I got, and this is, the last 3 years they've kind of done the summer sips thing over and over again. So first it was summer sips, and then it was pop tails, and then it's kind of the same re-release every year. They kind of do kind of like a drinky theme, and so these ones are really neat. They're all tricolor, and this was the only one out of that line. They had like limoncello and island margarita, and they had a blueberry one, and so everything was kind of like something I had, and this was the only one that appeared to me to be something unique or not a repackage or something I don't currently have. I don't know yet because I haven't burned it, but this one is Raspberry Citrus Swirl, and it smells really good. So it says, indulge in a mouth-watering mix of ruby red raspberry swirled into fresh pressed citrus and passion fruit juice. So again, I'll have to sniff it a little closer and burn through it. I'm sure it's a mixture of 3 repackages because that's just what they do. All right, last 2 candles I have to show you were 2 of their fall line, and again, I tried to get so the last 2 candles I have to show you are their, current releases for their new fall candles. And this has the same lid as the Suntan candle, but of course this one is copper instead of like a silver or chrome color. So really, really pretty, almost like a rose gold color there. And I got Spiced Pomegranate Cider. Now they have pumpkin pecan waffles, they have caramel swirl, whatever it's called. They have all of those, kind of typical fall line ones that were out. But again, I tried to pick the one that I don't have because I have so many candles in my candle collection that now I'm a little more selective with what I'm purchasing at this point, especially since the price point keeps going up. So this one is Spiced Pomegranate Cider, and it says ruby red pomegranate, sweet apple cider, muddled blackberry, and star anise. This definitely is like a mulled cider sort of smell. I thought it was very interesting. It's not spiced apple cider at all. I thought it was very unique. So if you've smelled this one, let me know your thoughts on it. Obviously, I haven't burned it yet, but this one seemed interesting. It piqued my interest, so I thought I'd give it a try. All right, and then of course I had to get another fall one, and I went ahead and chose this one because they had leaves and all of those wonderful fall ones that everybody loves, but those tend to kind of keep stocked for the most part. What I've discovered over the last couple of years is that every single year flannel gets sold out and then they don't restock it, and it's annoying to me because I love flannel, and I actually have not been able to get my hands on a 3-wick in a while. I was able to get, I think, 1 maybe last year. I'm usually only able to get like 1 flannel a year, and I like flannel, so I picked this one up. And of course, when I go back next month or next time I go back, I'll get some more of the other fall ones. They had sweater weather and leaves and kind of like the core fall favorites, fall traditions that they always have. But I wanted to make sure I did not miss out on a flannel. So really pretty. They have kind of just a simple, more of a gold instead of a copper color. The last couple of years they've had like a coppered patina lid, and so they kind of went back to just a more standard gold color. And flannel says crisp autumn air, bergamot, heirloom mahogany, and soft musk. And flannel smells, it just smells like, it doesn't smell like flannel. Because flannel doesn't necessarily have a smell, it's just a fabric. It smells like a delicious man cologne, and I guess since it's flannel, in like a flannel shirt. I'm usually not necessarily a cologne candle person, but flannel is a cologne scent that I absolutely know and love. So if you haven't got a chance to check out flannel, I highly recommend smelling it. Look at how gorgeous that is. Seeing the fall packaging just, it just fills me with, it's bittersweet to me. Every time I go into Bath & Body Works and they have the fall line out, it fills me with like so much joy because their fall candles are literally to die for. They're absolutely the best candles from, you know, the whole year. But at the same time, it makes me like really sad because I'm like, school starting, another year has passed. It kind of fills me with a little bit of sort of bittersweet nostalgia, if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys feel the same about the fall. That's just, I don't know, it always brings up those emotions for me. All right, and last but not least, I actually did get a Luminary, and I have it sitting over here. So I actually purchased, I have a candle in it so you can see how pretty it is. I actually purchased this Luminary that came out a while back. Making sure I don't spill my candle in there. This one was a White Barn Luminary, and this thing was like 54 or 56 bucks, I think, which is ridiculous. You guys know that 90% of my luminaries I buy when they go half off and then use a coupon. Rarely I will buy a luminary at full price, but that is when I see ones that I'm absolutely in love with. I believe I bought like maybe the Haunted House. No, the Haunted House I got half price. I believe I bought the Winter Cottage one with the polar bear and stuff. I might have bought that one full price, and I might have bought the pumpkin one full price. But I rarely buy luminaries full price because if you're patient, most of the time they will go on sale for half off, and then of course there's usually some sort of coupon. So the cool thing about this is it was either 54 or 56 bucks originally, and this was actually on the 75% off table, and then I also had a coupon, so I actually got this for $13 and I think like 46 cents, which is awesome considering it's a $56 luminary. And it's just kind of like a frosted glass. It's got this dark blue on the bottom, and then it sort of, you know, fades to a light blue and then turns to this white. And this is sort of like just a wave effect. Inside, let me set this down. It has the traditional kind of three-prong little candle holder that Bath & Body Works candles usually have, which is nice because it makes it easier to get your candles in and out without, you know, burning your fingers or having to reach down in there and so on and so forth. So just keep your eye out. Bath & Body Works still has pretty much a large selection of 75% off stuff still from the summer. So just check at your local Bath & Body Works. I'm still seeing lots of luminaries for 75% off. I'm seeing a lot of candles for half off. So if you're waiting on like a candle sale, you really don't have to. Probably if you go into your Bath & Body Works, they will have, you know, some candles for half off, and then you can, of course, use a coupon. So let me know what you guys are excited about. There are new releases coming out. The fall stuff that's coming out is always very exciting for me. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I've been up to crocheting some dolls, and school's about to start, and it'll get crazy, crazy busy. So that's it for you guys today. I will have a couple of reviews, like I said, churning out in the next week or so. Missed you guys. Love you guys. I've just been enjoying my summer. So yeah, that's really all that's going on with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.